Welcome to Raw Sundays. I'm going to be starting a new series where I am in Raw talking to you guys about a subject that is from my book, The Cosmic Connection. I actually created a randomizer tool for you guys as well. That way, if you want to try this at home, I'm going to leave it in the videos and you can mess around and see what should I learn or what teaching I should practice. But we're gonna do that together today. I have my lemon water ready in my cute little moon glass. I have my coffee ready in this sacred geometry glass. I don't know why my boyfriend always uses this, but he does. I'm gonna get a little bit of that coffee. We're just gonna be on Raw Sundays, so let's start it up, shall we? In this cute little tool that I created for you guys, you get to mess around and you have your little layout that shows up here for you. It has the Cosmic Connection up here, a randomizer of sacred tools and teachings drawn from the pages of the Cosmic Connection. That's my book. Spin the stars to discover your next practice for body, heart, mind, spirit, and beyond. By me, Kiara, and my company, Crystal Prophecy. You can definitely purchase a book by going to this link. It'll take you straight to the link on Amazon to buy the book. But yeah, 55 tools. Let's mess with it. I'm gonna spin the stars. What are we talking about today? Oh, nice. They're just gonna start it right off the bat with crystals. So what's kind of funny about this is I actually have this awesome school group that I created for you guys called Cosmic Crystals. I will also share that with you so you can land there. Any information that I've created for you guys will be in this awesome school. If you want to join it, you can go to school.com/cosmic/crystals and it'll show up right for you. That little noise was somebody sending me a message. That's funny. But yeah, right now we're at 71 members. I hope that grows. That's kind of what these awesome YouTubes are going to be about, is so that you guys can get to know me and how I do my stuff. Video stopped recording, but whatever. We progress. We continue on. It won't seem that way in your video as it is in mine. So let's talk about crystals, shall we? I don't know what you guys know about crystals. When we're talking about crystals, at least from what I wrote in my book, they are ancient allies in healing and spirituality, revered across civilizations for unique energies. You can harness crystal power, such as amethyst being calming and clear quartz cleanses. It's also an activator. If you use clear quartz, it's one of the super activators. It's potent. It has a lot of potential. You can manifest desires through crystal grids and rituals. I love crystal grids. I think that they are incredibly potent and have so much potential. I also have quite a few crystals in my space as well. That way, if I need to just grab something and use it, I have access to it. People may ask, like, what do crystals do, right? So I'm actually going to show you guys something I created that talks about crystals for the Zodiac, which is one of my favorite topics, and we'll do it through the chakras, which I think is really fun. Let's share the root. So I created this really cute prompt that showcases different crystals through the chakras. I think this is a great way to introduce you guys to crystals and chakras. So right here, you'll have your root chakra. I separated it by the different zodiac and, in my opinion, which is like an awesome stone to work with. And I could give you guys kind of a raw understanding of what I know about crystals and suggestions of where you can kind of go and look. We have a wonderful book that I will actually show you guys. One of the best books that you guys could get ever for understanding the stone and what it means is this book, The Book of Stones. Freaking amazing. It's by Robert Simmons and Naisha Ashian. I hope I didn't butcher that. Oh well. With contributions by Hazel Raven. This has 76 stones just in this one. And simply put, you go to a stone and then you can look up where and what and how. So this is awesome. We have Larimar here, super favorite of a lot of people's. Larimar is the crystal for the dolphins. It's for connecting to higher dimensions, Atlantis. But here it says the chakra associated with it is the throat chakra. The element is water, fire. And the keywords are calming, cooling, soothing to the emotional body, enhanced communication, feminine power, connections with goddess energy. Yeah, so being that it's blue, pretty awesome stone. It's cool also that it lists the element, but this book is fantastic. So if you guys want, this would be a great suggestion for understanding your chakras and your crystals on a deeper level. Another freaking awesome book by Robert Simmons, The Alchemy of Stones. This one here is co-creating with crystals, minerals, and gemstones for healing and transformation. Over 375 different stones. This one's freaking awesome. It tells you about the origins. It tells you how to use alchemy of stones. It tells you how to understand what the role of crystals and stones were for the earth. It's a little bit more advanced for those of you looking for deeper knowledge. So pretty. And it talks about chakras. It talks about the chi. It talks about how water and energy moves through the body. It talks about Sophia. If those of you that are the nerds in the alchemy world, you'll understand the reference. It's an amazing compendium of stones. So being that is said, with those giant awesome books, we can go back to my chakras here and talk about the root chakra that I put. So for example, you guys have your Aries here. I listed that Aries is ruby. I don't know why, that was just like my intuition. It would be kind of fun to see like in here if I got a good kind of guess on that. That would be kind of fun. Ruby. Root chakra. Haha. But this one listed as earth. So Aries is not earth. It is fire. I don't know why I picked a ruby for Aries. It's just what I think of when I think of Aries personality, but I believe that ruby is actually a stone for Capricorn. So that's pretty cool. Maybe I should consult this to put stones, but this is my initial guess. This is what I put for like what I think of. But yeah, I feel like obviously that's Capricorn here. But anyway, so I put ruby for Aries, and then Taurus I put moldavite. So I know that moldavite is green, and usually that's a heart chakra stone. The reason I picked moldavite, this reminds me of my sister. It's like for those of us that like we want to connect deeper with the earth. So in order to ground, I feel like though this is a celestial space stone, it connects my sister very well. Like it brings her to earth, it connects her to earth better. She's such an earth child type person, so that's what that reminded me of. For our Geminis, Septarian's a great stone for gossip. So if you want to, you poor little Geminis out there, I'm a Gemini, that gossip follows you or you have gossip in your life, it alleviates that. It alleviates people talking about you. It's a great stone for protecting from that. Bloodstone for Cancer, that's also just to help ground and kind of captivate, connect in deeper with people. I believe that bloodstone is also a reference to Scorpio energy as well, but I just thought of it as like a deeper connection. For Leo, I picked the blue gold stone. I feel like they're sparkly and inspirational and definitely have that connection. When I see the blue gold stone, it's more of like a black with like the blue like spiraling in it. And I feel like that was just kind of how I see the Leo. They burn very hot, and I feel like blue is the strongest color of flame. So for grounding them, it's like giving them a little bit of stability. For Virgo, I gave them dendritic agate. It's a beautiful stone, as you can see here. I feel like that's just because the agate in Virgo is connecting to Mother Earth, connecting with the times and like how the seasons change. That's why I picked that for Virgo. Also, these are interchangeable, so they're not tied to that specific zodiac. So you can do whatever you want, but this is just raw, and this is how fun, like me for fun. I just did it for me. In Libra, I picked ammonite. Again, reminding me of my father. This is a sacred symbol. This is the symbol of life, and it reminds me a lot of my dad. It brings him to the sea, it brings him to guidance and grounding and connecting to the earth. I picked that stone for Libra just because they're all about balance and beauty, and this is such a balanced and beautiful object, like naturally created in the earth from animals, from nature. It's so beautiful to see like a shell from a species that has passed forever ago turn into this, which is just so awesome. With Scorpio, I picked Numite. Numite is a very strong psychic stone. It's like connecting. So I think for like Scorpio, they're so sensitive and deep. It helps them connect on a different level. Sagittarius, I did tourmaline because I feel like they need a lot of grounding and a lot of protection. They have a lot of beautiful, expansive energy, sometimes chaotic even at times. And I think that that's important for them to have protection. So this was a great stone, I think, to give them grounding and protection and psychic protection as well. Capricorn, I picked petrified wood just because I think it's such a magnificent stone. A lot of times, like for Capricorn energy, very building from the ground up, and I feel like just as strong as a stump, like their earth energy, it just helps them like produce and build on a massive level. So I picked that for them. Aquarius, very whimsical, very out there. I picked the Apache tear. Apache tears come from volcanic activity, and they're exploded out of volcanoes. And I feel like for Aquarius, they're very whimsical, very out there. I feel like the act of the explosion, like of something coming out of a volcano, not necessarily the volcano itself, but just something coming out into the ether and turning into this beautiful object that was used in practice and ceremony by native cultures. Very Aquarius, very spiritual, whimsical, community-based, and like transforming from one object into a new. That's why I picked it. For Pisces, I did hematite because I feel like hematite, however you say it, Pisces need grounding the most. They're the most spiritual. They're the most out there. They have a lot of connections. Just being open to like whatever their focus is, because for male and female, it's different, obviously. But when I think of Pisces, very like whimsical, and they need that super grounding, connecting them to the magnetism of the earth. So that's why I picked that for the root chakras. Obviously, up to disclosure, you could do whatever you want, any of the stones, but that's just my awesome raw experience with why I picked those stones. Next, I chose the sacral chakras for you guys. These are the sacral ones that I picked just specifically for these signs. You guys will always hear me say like you could do any crystal for any sign, but this is what I picked. It reminds me of them, and it's just this cute little like history and like just what they do, right? So Aries would be citrine, in my opinion, just for, you know, a reference, just a thought. Citrine is such a cool, powerful stone. If you don't know, smoky quartz is actually from citrine. It's just different temperatures that they are melted at, right? So when I think of Aries, it's like from hot to like cold, or like to whatever experience they're going through. Citrine is so magnificent because it is about that expression, that sexuality, that creativity, the explosion, the heat. It's so hot that it's burning and creating, right? So I think of that for Aries, the creation of something. For Taurus, I picked honey calcite. They're so sweet. When you think of a Taurus, my sister's a Taurus, so I think of like this sweetness, like it's kind, it's loving. I feel like they need that for themselves. Honey calcite is tremendous for that, being able to love the self, and also passion and like connection with other people too. And Gemini is bronzite. I was thinking about it for them because bronzite is this stone that is about trying to be multiple things at once. As you can see, like the way it expands, it's very like all over the place. And I feel like Gemini is like that, very scattered. So it helps like express grounding and also connecting with other people on a deeper level. Bronzite typically is a root, sacral, or solar plexus stone. So being as mutable as Gemini is, it's definitely in all of that energy. Cancer, I picked peach moonstone, super cute. Cancer, mostly for June, because I think the June stone is moonstone, at least one of them, other than pearl. And Cancer is at the end of June, beginning of July. So for peach moonstone, it's like, it reminds me of the Cancer energy, super peachy, super connecting to different emotional fields. It could be mama energy, so like thinking about babies coming in, or even if it's just some kind of creation that they want to create. I think of that. Leo, absolutely, hands down, sunstone. They're ruled by the sun, so I feel like that's their compendium. They are hot, their passion, like boom, see me, look at me. Sunstone's great for that, like getting yourself seen, getting yourself visible, whatever. Carnelian for Virgo. I know carnelian's pretty interchangeable for a lot of situations. It's one of the most, like, when you think of the sacral chakra, carnelian comes up. Sometimes even Aries energy reminds me of it, but super cool stone, forms from volcanic activity. It is very interesting when it comes to finding ways to express and play and be in that kind of expression, and I feel like Virgos need that for they're wanting to show up energy, which is cool. Chastolite for Libra, again, complex, deep, emotional, passionate. Great stone for that, like deep intimacy and deep creation. I feel like Libra needs that when they're trying to connect. Sometimes they're a little aloof, but needing to connect more, right? Scorpio, I gave Shiva Lingam. enough said if you know what that stone is, but I'll elaborate for those of us that don't. This is a stone that is revered in Hinduism and in India and other cultures that love that, like even Buddhism. But Shiva Lingam is a representation of the divine masculine and feminine. Usually it comes in two pieces. You have your top piece to the lower piece, which is the representation of sexual connection. Great stone. It's a beautiful connection. So for Scorpios, deep passion, yes. Sagittarius gets aventurine, specifically the orange aventurine, because there are other colors, green aventurine. But I feel like for communication, obviously, and then communication through passion. So that would be my Sagittarius take, right? The Capricorn, I did goldstone, again, fun with the blue stone, and then goldstone energy, switching between different signs. But I think goldstone is cool because technically they're man-made, unfortunately, so is blue goldstone, but they're great stones for being able to focus on what you want, get it, bring it closer to your manifestation. Aquarius, pink coral, they're not a water sign, they're an air sign, but I thought of this because I was like, when you think of the reference of like the water pouring into the ocean, I feel like for them the passion of connecting, and when they actually open themselves up, it's like that pink coral energy. I just felt like that was kind of a cute little reference. Pisces, I picked the yellow fluorite. I know there's like purple in there, but fluorite is multicolored if you know what fluorite is. I thought of my sister. She loves, that's one of her favorite stones, is yellow fluorite. Beautiful stone. It is for creative expression as well. So all of these sacral stones, sacral obviously rules sexuality, creativity. So being able to connect, create, play, and have fun. Fluorite is all about joy. It's a joy stone. It's about dreams. So bringing your dreams to reality, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so those are the first two. Moving on, my raw Sunday shite. We're going into the solar plexus. Yay, solar plexus. This is the chakra of being able to take action and do. I picked citrine here, and more of the yellow, deeper citrine rather than the orange, which I would say is passion. I just did a different style for Aries here. Different heat temperatures do different intentions. Yellow is definitely for action and then joy, right? Taurus, I did tiger's eye. Very earthy, very like one of the most common stones that people know. Like if you don't know stones, like that is a stone that people know. And I feel like it reminds me of like the masculine Taurus, the do, like getting stuff done, like straight onto a point, straight onto a focus. Gemini, I did agate because agate has like all these different rings and layers, and there's different facets to it. So being able to build something in multi-layers, I think that that's Gemini's MO. Cancer, I did calcite, yellow calcite, which is for initiation, but it's like a soft initiation for Cancers, whether they're like trying to build or create something. Being able to do it in a way that doesn't overstimulate them. Leo, I did amber because passion, like melting things and making it happen, moving it, growing it. Amber is also for sacral and for solar plexus. It's just a good stone for initiating things. Amber is a great stone for protection, and it's also sap, if you didn't know that, from a tree turned into crystallized rock, just like the petrified wood is crystallized wood. For Virgo, I did the Moonite jasper. Oh, so sweet. Moonite is so good for money. It's just like bringing money to you. I feel like for Virgos wanting things to happen, it's like, yeah, money, money. A Libra morganite technically is softer, sweet stone, but don't be deceived. Obviously, Libras with their sweetness is like justice and bringing balance. This is a will stone. Like morganite can be like, it's a great stone for passion, but it's like, I think calling things to the Libra, that's why I picked it. But I mean, you can use this for heart chakra instead of solar. It's just a cute stone. Scorpio, again, smoky quartz, like citrine, just different melting point, different heat point, protection mostly. So protecting their wishes and wills. I did fire opal for Sag. Fire opal is to act, to make things happen, and opal is such a beautiful stone. It is loved by Libra energy for sure. I did it for Sag just because I had many friends that are Sag that love opal, like for whatever reason. So creating that intention of making something happen, that is fire opal. Aragonite's a cool, weird looking stone. I actually have it on my thing. It's me of Capricorn. I picked yellow topaz for Pisces because it's very whimsical. It's a beautiful stone. Topaz can be heart-centered mostly because it is like, technically it could be like a bluish color for throat chakra, but yellow in particular is like to call something to be, which I think for Pisces, that makes sense because they're spiritual energy. So it's like you're making something come to you that you want, you're manifesting. Yes. Next, we'll move on to the throat chakra. If it lets me. It's kind of fighting me. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. I know that you're watching the video because you want to watch it, but I'm just like, woo! This is the raw Sunday version of Kiara with her showing up always so serious. I wanted to do something fun. Throat chakra. Boom. I picked adventuring, specifically green, for Aries. This is diplomacy, but it's like in a way that is heart-centered. Wait, I skipped heart chakra. Whatever, you know. We're in throat chakra now. We'll go back to heart. So silly. But for the adventuring, this is communication. It is being able to do it in a way diplomatically. I feel like adventuring comes in from a heart-centered space, but it can be a throat chakra too, so it's just making things come to be, calling it to be. Taurus, the kyanite for sure, even though I would also give it to Gemini. I just picked apatite for Gemini for different reasons. Kyanite is a great stone for speaking your truth. I feel like that's a desire for Taurans for sure. Taurus is the Empress in tarot, and being able to speak your truth with discernment. That was kind of the thought I was thinking. Gemini, apatite, it's beautiful and cute and sweet, but for Geminis it's like the being able to do it in a beautiful way, to talk in a way that is beautiful. Writers are attributed to Gemini energy, even Sag too, but apatite I feel like is for a stone for writers and like gentle dreams. Cancer, I did borite, which is also borderline like a third eye stone. This is like it's like a sulfur stone, sulfur based stone. So it's like the stone that connects you to like a deeper understanding. So deeper truths, I feel like, for Cancer. Leo, I picked topaz because it's so beautiful. It's like a show-stopping stone. Almost looks fake, but it's like giving Leo this beautiful, massive, deeper understanding of expressing themselves more keenly, more elegantly. I think that that's definitely something that some Leos strive for. Virgo, I picked sapphire just because it's such an awesome stone. I was told that sapphire actually is the stone for Virgo, which is kind of cool to learn. Intelligence, connecting to your divine truth, being able to show up unapologetically. It's a great stone. For Libra is blue lace agate. Great for communication as far as us gently in dreams and the rest world, sleep, making sure you're relaxed. It's a stone that's attributed to healing the body. For throat chakra, I think speaking healing is important. Scorpio, I did turquoise, even though technically turquoise could also be Sagittarius. I picked turquoise for Scorpio because it was traded, sold, sought after. It has so much lore to it, which is kind of funny. So I think of Scorpio as like deep and like the ocean. So having history and having that communication of history, communicating truths, or even knowing everybody's stuff, right? So I felt like that was good for turquoise and Scorpio. Sag, I did labradorite, which is one of my most favorite stones. I think of like a dragon's egg or a scale. That's how pretty it is. But labradorite is for psychic protection. It's also for enhancing your communication and expressing yourself. I feel like with Sages, that's important to be able to be protected and also communicate. Capricorn, I did ocean jasper, connecting them to the earth and the ocean. So being able to speak with emotion and with grounded truth. I almost feel like that's just what they need. I don't know. That's why I picked it. I felt like it was like connecting both the sea and the ocean and the earth. There's that Larimar with Aquarius. Could also be a Pisces or a Cancer stone, but Larimar's connection to the dolphin people, I don't know what it was, but it's like I had a really good friend whose mom was a Aquarius and she loved Larimar, and it just reminded me of her like being connected to the ancient Atlantis and like these super truths that you could like speak these truth bombs. Like that's what I thought of. Pisces aquamarine, that's literally one of their stones. It's such a sweet stone. It's just tempered emotion and tempered communication, and it's like I think of like, again, this sweetness keeps coming up for all the stones, but just being able to express honest truth in a way that doesn't make people feel like, I don't know, attacked for their thoughts. Right, so let's go back. Okie dokie, heart chakra. This is one of my most favorite sets of stones. I'm not much of a green girl, but the stones are really powerful. I picked Annulite for Aries. There's multiple names for this stone, but it's like a pink and green. It also can be seen as like ruby zoisite. That's like another, you know, stone connection, but it's like the two different forms of the heart. I feel like pinks, if you see the pink colors, which you'll see in some of the stones, pinks are like that unconditional love, and then green is like love and connection and like having a heart space and community for other people. So I think of that like with this ruby zoisite, it's like it's both pink and green annulite. Being able to deeply connect both your self-love and then the love that you have for others, that's super cool and potent. For Taurus, I did emerald. That's literally their stone. So I was like, that's their stone. When I think of Taurus, I think of that grounded earth heart that is like connecting them to the land, connecting them to royalty, connecting them to the history of humanity. Very emerald. Chrysoprase, good stone for, it's so funny because it's a green heart stone, but it's good for communication. So I picked that for Gemini because they want to speak from their heart, or they should speak from their heart. I picked green opal for Cancer. That's their connection to the ocean and for cleansing themselves, cleansing the earth. I feel like it's a self-cleanser and it gives like good, strong healing to the heart. It's a great stone. Leo, I did Hedonite. Hedonite is almost like a clear stone, but it has green hue to it. I feel like in this way, like it's like those, like it reminds me of like secrets. I'm wondering if this has Hedonite in it, because I think this is an important stone to talk about. Yes, it is for the heart, interpersonal love, heart healing, rediscovering joy in relationships. Such a powerful stone. That's literally why I put it in heart. That's so cool that he put it in heart too. Didn't even know that. But I feel like it's about dissolving blockages. For Leo, who wants to like keep shit to themselves. Expose! I love it. Moss agate for Virgo. So cute. This is a grounding stone, so grounded heart. Virgos are raw, like straight up. It's just some of their trait as a signs. Being able to have like this more spiritual, mystical like connection to people, and like being able to do it in a grounded way, grounding people out, making them feel loved, you know, connected. I picked peridot for Libra. It could be interchangeable with so many different signs, so can malachite, but I just picked peridot because when I think of peridot is like manifestation, money. Like I probably should have put in heart chakra and green colors for money, but I think of money, and I feel like for Libras, they love that good stuff. They love good material, good beautiful things. So being able to afford beautiful things and that they love, or be shown love, you know. Malachite, super grounded, earthy healing for this beautiful deep water sign. Malachite's money too, right? So different form of money, got those blacks in there. The black is the grounding and like that raw, like deep parts that you can't see, and then malachite bringing money and manifesting. I feel like for Scorpio, that's definitely money, bring it in, call it in, but it's good for love too, right? Just a thought though. For these signs. Sagittarius, I put ruby here, though again Capricorn can be also ruby, but I just thought of Sages as that like needing some kind of love and affection. I feel like rubies are just like that juicy sweetness for a Sag to make them feel loved. They're usually very independent and like free, and they want to go express themselves, but it's almost like the ruby gives them that like know that you're loved on your journey kind of thing. It reminds me of that pirate energy. For Capricorn, rhodonite, deep love, loving the self. Poor Capricorns, like always doing stuff for family or lineage or power or growing things in their life. So rhodonite is self-love, hardcore, just like Aquarius with rose quartz. You know, these are all interchangeable, but I wanted those signs to get those stones. I felt like they needed it. They needed that love style for both of them. It's self-love and loving others. I think it's very perfect for them both. Kunzite is a stone of marriage, and maybe it's the marrying of the heart, the mind, connection, money, whatever they're calling it, but usually it's love and that sweetness that I think the poor Pisces deserves too. So it's like a higher love, unconditional love, because I feel like they love deeply and they have such deep emotions that they have to like get it out, you know, to the public, and they should get it back in their own way. So yeah, now that we went back and we did that, we're gonna go to the third eye, which is another set of kind of cool ass stones that I adore. For Aries, we got magnesite, unusual stone, connecting them to the divine. This stone is used to deeper your meditation. It's a great stone for understanding that. Shadowkite too, super advanced. It can be throughout communication, but singing, channeling, calling energy in and putting it into the universe, thinking about intentions. Yeah. Alexandrite, that's Gemini stone, my favorite stone ever. If, I'm a Gemini, that's literally their stone. It's so expensive, especially raw and real. Ancient stone used in Atlantis and Egypt. So that I would suggest if you guys want to look into Alexandrite, one of the coolest stones ever, in my opinion. But it is a divine connection and connecting to the people around you, taking on their energy, seeing it more clear, deeper connections. It was used in meditation in Egypt. Cancer, I picked celestite. My partner adores celestite, and I don't know, I've always thought of this stone as a Cancer stone. Probably will always. I wonder what it is in here, actually. And seeing what he says, because I love this stone for Cancer energy. Here it is. So many colors. It's angelic communication, access to higher dimensions. It says it's a wind elemental, third eye and crown, from his opinion. That's so cool. But yeah, I think of celestite about connecting with the angel realm, and I feel like for Cancers, that's super important, whatever belief system you're in, but that's just what I feel, right? Virgo, I picked azurite, super introspective, deep communication through the third eye, knowing when things will change, knowing when things will happen, a great stone for that. Iolite for Leo, super psychic stone. This is a purple stone. It's beautiful, purple blue. It's actually a mix of two stones. Iolite's made with, I believe it's sapphire and something else. Had it, I think it's like kyanite and sapphire, but I mean, you could look it up. But iolite is a powerful stone for that too. It's mixing two different thoughts, mixing the understanding of like spiritual connection and meditation and introspection to outside of your body. Libra, always hands down, always felt like lapis is Libra's stone. It probably is. I don't know why, I just cannot think of it other than that. This image is incorrect. That's okay. Ignore this image. This is not the proper stone, which we can fix right now. It just showed it up as the wrong stone. It's a watermelon. I'm just gonna put this there. That's kind of what it looks like. It's not that's crumpled paper, but we're gonna pretend here. But for lapis, this is ancient technology, spiritual tools, Egypt, huge stone in Egypt. So for Libra, connecting on a deeper space, this would be the stone to use. Lapis can connect you to the higher connections and your spiritual power. Blue tourmaline, protecting Scorpio energy, very important. Blue tourmaline is it helps you connect by speaking out to the universe and asking questions. So this can be a clair connected stone. If you want to enhance your clairs, I would get blue tourmaline. Sagittarius, one of their stones, very rare, blue zircon. That is literally one of Sag's stones. One of my people in my life, that was one of her favorite stones. And it's very rare, but it's connecting to the psychic realms. It's Akashic Records, you name it. It's a powerful stone, it's rare, and it's expensive. I picked sodalite for Capricorn because when I think of lapis and sodalite, very similar. And in this case, for Capricorn and Libra being cardinal signs, it's like their connection, just different approaches. Sodalite's very raw and more there's more indents in it. There's no gold flax that are from the other stone that's inside of the lapis that I don't remember right off the top of my head. So sodalite's that earthier connection, but similar to the lapis lazuli. Aquarius, I picked angelite, again connecting to the angel realms. I don't know why, but I've always connected Aquarius to angelite. If you want to use it to talk to angels or spirit guides, angelite is perfect for that for Aquarius. Sugilite, super psychic. It reminds me of a spider's booty. It's such a pretty stone color, with how just juicy the color is. So Sugilite is so good for connecting to spiritual realms as well. Yeah, so those are the cool third eye stones. And we only have the crown chakra left, which is pretty cool. And you have bared with me through my Gemini brain that doesn't have her written, practiced script. Here I picked crown massive stones for each sign. I did diamond for Aries because diamonds are a girl's best friend. Aries, I feel like that is their MO, is this beautiful, hardest stone on the scale. That's just them. They're just hard and just connected, and it's so divine and sought after, and it's the worth is in it, even though the stone itself is made from coal, which is hilarious. So that's what I think of with Aries. It's that determination behind the scenes, growing and building over time, and then boom, diamond. Diamond's good for psychic tools, but it's not that potent. It's almost like a glorified quartz as far as like using it for a tool, but you can use it to harness energy and move energy, and I feel like that's good for Aries. I picked kunzite for Taurus in their space, even though I used it earlier too for heart chakra. I feel like for Taurus, the kunzite, the connecting to the universe is through love, unconditional love. I don't know why, but I've always attributed that to Taurus. Moonstone for Gemini, psychic meditation. It's one of their stones for their month. Being able to connect to the universe. I have a very special moonstone that if you've seen my videos or me before, you'll see me wear this pendant. It's my favorite bracelet that I have. Very powerful, connecting to the psychic realm. Selenite, cleanse, psychic, healing. They're literally like cleaners, healers, Cancer energy. So selenite is that cleanser, super cleanser, making creative space, right? Leo, I gave muscovite. Technically, muscovite can be like a throat chakra stone, but for Leo, I feel like this is that royal lion that comes in. Blue, dark blue colors are attributed to royalty, so it's like their divine connection through their royal command, like the higher realms command, almost like the angelic realms. That's what I thought of for that. The lepidolite for Virgo, for the same thing as kunzite for Taurus. It's like love, but it's this super deep psychic love. Lepidolite is used. It's one of the most psychic stones there are out there. If you want to get some, it's great. For Virgo, I felt like that was appropriate. For Libra, I did ametrine. It's a different form of amethyst, which is a citrine and an amethyst, which actually citrine and amethyst can grow in the same area, and then if they bond, you'll get ametrine. Ametrine's a great stone for that passion and drive expression from like the raw, citrine from the lower energies and then into the higher energies of the amethyst. So it's like driven passion connection. Perfect. Scorpio, I did brutalated quartz. This can also be a solar plexus or sacral stone, but for Scorpio, I feel like, from their passion, the kundalini, like taking it from there with the black tourmaline that's in there, and brutalated quartz has like these gold flecks in it. Those flecks connecting them up to the universe. Sagittarius, I did a raw moonstone. It's a different form than this moonstone, so they're like in different energies. I believe that this is a vibrant moonstone. I can't remember. This is done with either platinum or pearl, and then this is just raw moonstone where it's just not, there's nothing else added to it. So I feel like for Sag that makes sense because opposite Gemini, I just felt like it made sense with them connecting also through meditation and like priestess energy. Capricorn, I picked Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamonds are found near volcanoes, so for the Capricorn energy, it's this similar like clear quartz, but it's like potent, hardened clear quartz energy turned into this Herkimer. That would be like Capricorn's version of Aries, being able to be from raw earth into this beautiful transformation. I gave amethyst to Aquarius. Amethyst is actually one of Aquarius's stones, believe it or not, which is kind of cool. So giving them back their stone, that connection, they're like the power behind the energies that go on behind the scenes. So amethyst is a great stone for enhancing other connections or other meditative techniques, just like quartz. Spirit quartz is talking to the other side, very useful for mediumship meditation. I feel like that works perfect for Pisces and even Cancer for sure, because it's like talking to the other side. So if you want to connect to loved ones, spirit quartz is a powerful crystal. Those are just my lowdowns for your, awesome crystal DL with me based off of my experiences with these crystals and why I picked them for the sign. Grab really quick the crystal deck and we'll pull a crystal card. We'll do a grid card. If you've done readings with me in the past, you've seen me use this. I used to work at a crystal shop in Sedona, and this is one of the decks that I used. It's the Crystal Grid Oracle by Nicola McIntosh. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Spiritual guidance using nature's tools. So we're going to use this deck, and it's cool because it has like a sacred geometry symbol. You can barely see it, that's okay. And I put one in there to hold it. This is a cool grid tool that you can use, but I have that in there with it. So we're going to pull a collective card for all of you that are tuning in. Thank you for sticking around with me and listening to this awesome video and using my new tool, which I am so proud of, and you guys will have access to it, so you can pick a random tool that'll actually be useful to you as far as learning new things. But in the highest good of us sitting here together, may I please call forward anybody who will be watching, all the guides, the sacred connection to the Akashic Records. May I please call forward what is most important for everybody to see at this time, please. Which grid is most important? Crossroads. It's funny, chastolite came up. We actually talked about chastolite. Very beautiful stone. This is the grid, number 12. It has some nice candle quartz here, which are used for finding that this looks like a compass, feeling that connection to the compass and like, where are we going? Where are we at? As you know, with societal structures in life right now, it's April 19th. So you guys will see that I am posting that video today, but we're going to look up crossroads and I'll read you what they say here. Protection, transmutation. We talked about that today. I feel like that's why I wanted to pick those stones for the zodiac. They are not tied only to that sign. They're just like a new way for you to be able to connect the dots to the different stones. But are you at a crossroads or torn in two directions? Have you found yourself in a position where you have to make a choice but are unclear of which road to take? Sometimes it's hard when we are waiting for an answer to come, but it just hasn't. A good exercise to do with chastolite or staurolite, if you're at a crossroad, is to meditate and picture yourself walking up to that crossroad. See a signpost, your options, or roads you can take. Do you feel a certain pull towards a specific path, or do you get the sense to not go down a certain road? Your feelings need to be your compass here. If you feel joy, happiness, or excitement, you know which road to follow, regardless of whether or not it is the logical road down which to go. Follow the pull and see where it takes you. Your intuition is always right. And the more you learn to trust is the more that you align yourself with your soul purpose. Your intuition is your own soul guidance, you guiding you where you need to go. Starlight is said to be a fairy stone. It is very grounding and can help with your connection to nature's spirits. This writer said, found this stone to be a very potent stone to get in tune with the four elements, as elemental beings can be very powerful teachers. Yeah, they can. Ergo, my app that you guys can play with. Drawing this card may indicate it's time to take a grounded decision on something in your life, and having chastolite or starlight to aid you is a good start. Pretty cool. That's that pretty stone that you guys saw earlier. It has like the black and it's like a orangey brown color. Yeah. In Native American culture, the compass is the four directions: north, south, east, and west. And calling in the directions and calling the elements, they're different in different cultures, but very important. 12 is a divine number. It turns into 3, which is connection to everybody, different walks of life, the good, the bad, and the in-between. But 12 is of the full cycle. So it's completing a cycle and starting a new initiative path. So yeah, that's my Raw Sundays with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed my more not planned out, raw, playful little thing. You guys will have access to the app in the video down below. I am doing my awesome school as well, which you'll be able to have access to as well. Please check it out. Please join. You want to learn more with me on any of the paths I teach so much in my school. It's pretty awesome. You can go to my school page down below. I'll show it to you guys as well, just as a little teaser from what you guys will be looking at when you're here. This will pretty much be what I always showcase to you guys. But when you're in, you'll have access to the content I post every single day right now, because we're doing a Claire community challenge where it's like a 30-day challenge and we're on week 3. You have access to all that in the classroom. You'll have access to different levels, which I can show you guys if you want to view as like if you were to join. There are different levels, memberships that you can do if you want to be a part of it. So much to learn. I put in a lot of time and effort and work in all of this. You have access to tarot right off the bat. You can learn about witchcraft, spellcraft and rules, astrology, Akashic records, auras, and I will be adding a section for talking to our galactic. So if you're interested in starseed stuff as well, It'll all be in there. But thank you guys so much, and have a awesome Raw Sunday, and I will see you the next time we do this. Hopefully it'll be a series. Thank you so much.